So he used to send me his clips, and I would mark them up and say, okay, you need to do this, improve. Put them back in the same envelope that he sent them to me, turn it over. And this, I would read this when I was on flights, covering the red. So I had time, you have time, you're flying around.
Yeah.
So I would critique him. That's how I got into being a mentor. And so he calls me up one day, I'm in Cincinnati. He says, okay, I'm done. I said, what do you mean you're done? He goes, I'm quitting the business. I can't do this anymore. They won't give me an opportunity here. And I'm going to go work for Wachovia Bank. And I have an application, and I'm going to fill it out, and I'm going to go work. Can you imagine him yelling at bank customers?
I just imagine his voice
like
right now when you're saying
you said
this.
That, I'm
That's
like,
what I can imagine.
A bank teller?
Right.
I'm imagining it when he's talking to you if he's yelling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And still making up words as he goes.
Could you imagine?
So I'm like, Steve, you're not doing that. And Steve will tell you this story. This is a true story, and this is no cell phones. Call me on my house phone. Where this is, This is like, I don't know, 92. Yeah, 92 or something. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're not going to work for Wachovia Bank. You can't let one newspaper determine your life and your career because they don't see your talent. I'm reading your clips all the time. You have talent. I'm telling you. If you didn't have talent, I would tell you to fill the application out if I really didn't believe you could make it.
Right.
So I said, I want to hear you rip up the application over the phone. And he rips it up. And then he winds up moving back to New York, and I knew the sports editor there and had a conversation, and Steve met him, and he got hired at the Daily News in New York as a high school writer. But that's really, that moment was that moment. And Steve, there's a video about me being a mentor to some people in the business, and it's, I'm just proud. It's not me. I really say this because people have talent. I didn't do anything. They have talent. All I do is like show them the way or give them encouragement, but they have talent. Mark Spears I met when Mark was still in college. I could go on. I met Jamel Hill when she was 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
I've known her since she was 16 years old. There's a guy, Darren Haynes, who used to be an anchor for ESPN. He's a big sportscaster in Washington, D.C. Darren had never been on television. Had a local show in Detroit called Sports Rap, or sports and hip hop music. This is 20 some odd years ago.
You know that,
right?
That's up your alley.
And Darren had never been on television, and I let him do stuff on the show, and I could still, the look on his face, he was like, I said, okay, next week you'll go out with our producer Hamisi Robinson, and we'll go have you do a story at the Pistons game. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, we're going to teach you how to be. Yes. He goes, at the Pistons? Yes. I said, how are you going to learn how to do it unless we send you out there to do stories?
Right.
This dude is I don't know, 10-time Emmy winner on television.
Yes.
But he had never been on television until I put him on my show. So I just nudge and help. But he's talented. He's unbelievable. Darren Haynes is his name. You've probably seen him on ESPN. But anyway.
I need all the wins, yeah.